Yeah, real.
You can have sex or not. What? My mom will be like, oh, hello. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Welcome to
yes.
Doctors Unhinged. We're back like Mukwatla. We haven't said that in a while.
It's been a minute.
I haven't
Yeah.
said that in a while. Last time I butchered an episode number.
Just don't say it.
The girl from production was here and I was like, it's episode 15. And they said,
Yeah, I remember.
She said 16. Guess what? Episode gets published on YouTube. It's written 15 under like this. And I'm there like, welcome to episode 16.
Yeah. Just don't say it.
Absolutely embarrassing. So welcome to episode number, whatever episode you see written at the bottom here. Whew.
You know what would fix that for you? Sleeping more, Michael. Just sleep more, mate. We've discussed this enough.
That is a serious plug-in.
Yeah, improves memory function.
Yeah.
That's why personally I just don't even bother with like saying the episode items because I know with my half asleep mind I will butcher the facts. So
real. Also, another thing that would help is coming for treatment at Kalafhi Hospital.
Yes,
coming for a consultation, meeting a good doctor, and having a good conversation.
Yeah, you feel a lot better.
It's
a lot better.
This is honestly the best. I don't think there's a hospital as nice as this one. It's really nice here.
It is. It's calming.
Yeah. I challenge you, colleagues. I challenge you. I challenge you, colleagues. Tell me a better looking hospital than ours. Like, come at me. I know the guys in Marina right now in the chat, like, oh, okay, don't look at us. Don't look at
You know what it is? It's just that these things make for good banter.
Yeah. No, for real.
And for me, more than anything, sometimes when you ask people to converse, they don't want to. But when you poke them and kind of provoke the conversation, then we can have it get done.
Then we can have discourse.
Yeah, have the discourse. So like if you go out on a limb and say, there's no better facility than this one, then people are like, do you know where I work?
Yep.
Do you know what we can do? That way, people can then know about you as well, so that we can promote health. So I'm with it.
Exactly. Yeah. So come on, let's have a challenge. Let's have a challenge. You can watch our TikToks. Let's see who has a better facility. Come to Kalafhi Hospital. You know what it is, yeah? We can get journalists to do it, so it's fair, right? They come here, they see our beautiful building.
Not this man starting a whole war.
Yeah, they see our beautiful building. Then you go to any place in Botswana. I was gonna say Gabs,
the whole country as well.
No. I'm wide now. Yeah. So that's the challenge.
Yeah, 10 toes down. 10 toes down.
Yeah. You come here. Everyone who's been in this hospital has been. We have a robot that measures your blood pressure, your SpO2, your pulse, and then it tells you your body fat percentage.
Are heavy.
Which hospital? Come on. Anyways. Okay, we're done. We're done plugging our sponsor. Hey, I moved today. That's a good 3 minutes. Pushing sponsorship.
You know what? If I was a viewer,
yeah,
I would find it very difficult to know when we're actually being serious and when
we're actually just joking. Yeah,
because in this moment, it could go either way. Like he's being serious about this. I can tell you, like we're joking about it, but he's
this is a great place. This is an absolutely great place. Anyways, today's topic.
Yeah, we said we'll talk about this in the last little things that help your life better.
Right.
Sleeping more and not eating.
And not eating all the time. It's not all the time chewing. Yeah. But first, shout outs. We have shout outs to Taboho Baruti, who was heavily commenting in the last episode. Shout out to you.
Shout out
to you.
I'm interested in hearing that story about why
what
drugs are bad.
Yes. Yeah, I want to hear what they did to her. And then also Ahang Khabarane. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
She slept more.
I should have slept more. That way I would have remembered her name.
Yeah.
No.
She was talking about having Q&As.
Yes, it's Khabarane.
We've discussed this before. Mentioned it like from the early days. Here's what it is. There are certain things that we'll come on here and talk about that we think matter.
Relevant
but then there's so many other things from a patient perspective. Certain things that you never had a chance to ask.
Yeah.
And that's why we're always saying like do the Q&As. The Kalafhi page on Instagram does have that platform where you can send in your questions.
Yeah, and then we'll read them out and answer them.
And answer them to the best of our knowledge. So please do that and shout out.
Yeah, shout out. You can always write questions in the comment section. You can always come to our inboxes as well on Instagram, which, if Stanley gets a chance to watch this episode, we'll put the hashtags here.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Hashtags, but yeah, like the tags to each of us's Instagram account. Then you can just come there and be like, yo, I've always wanted to know 1, 2, 3. Maybe that will be beneficial for the next person too. But until then, guys, today
I have a few shout outs as well. There's
go on.
Philip, who's been a regular, I think, just from the get go.
Shout out Gopo Philip. We appreciate.
There's
love.
also Kasungo Matenga, all the way from Zambia.
Oh, shout out.
So like we're international now, my brother.
Shout out.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Crossing the borders.
Brothers as well, they're always commenting on TikTok in Shona, bro.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Them guys,
I've seen them ones.
Appreciate it as well. They much
And
appreciate
Mr. Daniel Pemba.
Pemba.
So shout out, you guys. Really appreciate the love.
Shout out all the way from Malawi as well, Daniel Pemba. Shout out, guys. Thank you so much.
World too.
It's lovely seeing the channel growing. Even though it's a bit slow, but it's nice to see that with more and more people watching, there's people that have known us from time that are also watching and supporting us. It's very nice. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys, man. That is love. Yeah.
Eating 3 times a day. Yeah or nay?
Right. Eating 3 times a day.
So where'd you get the time?
To eat?
3 times a day.
I eat.
No, sames.
I
But
eat, I think, about 4 times a day.
this is going to be a fun discourse.
This one is going to be
because then it becomes a matter of quantity, quality, frequency,
and why.
Yeah. All right. So like, I mean, if you're a guy in the gym, which Michael regularly is.
Yeah.
Again, this comes to the microdosing that you're speaking about. Right. If you're eating small amounts,
regularly,
split up,
small healthy amounts,
it might as well just equate to having like one large meal. So we may be saying the same thing in different ways.
Definitely.
So why 4 times a day?
Definitely. So I eat 4 times a day because I'm on a calorie surplus.
Come on.
I am trying to gain weight to 100 kgs.
Why 100?
100 kgs specifically because there's this thing when you play rugby called a 1-ton scrum.
Okay.
Basically, if you've watched a rugby match, there's a time when they all get
like huddle up.
Yeah, or they huddle up like this, and then they push each other. So normally you get the heavy guys there to push, so that it's harder for the other team to push not just the weight, but also those guys tend to also be strong, right? So the reason why it's called a 1-ton scrum is because you have 10 guys there, and they're all a minimum of 100 kgs. So I've only played rugby about once in my life. And I wasn't able
martial arts though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do martial arts, but then it's not the same. Like I want to be in a rugby match.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
BJJ,
right. So I want to be, and also it's going to help me in BJJ. But I want to be able to join that for at least one match, and then I'll cut back to like 85 because that's my ideal weight. And then also at jiu-jitsu, I'm really heavy on the small guys. So if we're in a fight and then I'm lying on top, what are you going to do to me? 100 kgs. You're not lifting 100 kgs. With your tiny legs. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's an advantage on both sides. It's an advantage on both sides.
So, I mean, you're trying to bulk up, trying to gain muscle mass. Makes sense. Makes sense. My thing is, I forget, I think is it Dr. Greg? It's big on YouTube. Speaks about how eating 3 times a day is an economic fallacy. It's like how breakfast is the most important meal of the day. As the word tells you, you're just breaking the fast.
Yeah.
So from the last time you ate at night, it doesn't matter what time you do it. You don't need to eat in the morning.
You can
emphasis on need. I didn't say you mustn't. There is no necessity unless you're on medication and there's all these other things. But like if you're a young, healthy individual, there's no need for you to say by 6 I must eat. By 8 I must have eaten. Try it. You'll fairly go through the day normally.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Michael said, he did 72 hours last time.
Yeah.
Everything turned out okay. So it brings me back to a mini rant I had about just thinking. Like a lot of us, me included, right? Because I also have to check myself. We do a lot of things just blindly, right? And this comes back to what you were saying. Oh, I heard Dr. Michael's eating 4 times a day, so I'm doing that. It's like, but why is he doing it? He's trying to get to 100. Why is he trying to get to 100? Rugby, scrum, BJJ. There's reasons to why you're doing what you're doing. You're an individual person on this earth with an individual brain. Why are you not using it? Like half the things we do, sometimes I literally sit with myself. I'm like, but okay. let's say the new iPhone comes out. Why do I need to buy a new iPhone? Like my 11 works perfectly fine. I can call people. I can reply to messages. Why? I think it's Aurelius Marcus says at every moment ask yourself, is this necessary? So every single time, just ask yourself, but must I? Must I?
Yeah.
Like with the people that chase air in the morning, like why am I running? I'm coming for them still. I'm gonna join you guys, don't worry. But you see, I have a necessity for it. It's me just challenging myself to complete a challenge. Like how you said you're trying to get to 100 because you want to achieve this goal. But think about the word breakfast. There's nothing in it that's alluding to eating in the morning.
At 6 a.m., yeah.
Sure, it's the most important meal of the day because it's going to be your first meal.
Right.
But no one says it has to be in the morning. For kids, yes, we understand because you need the nutrients. You're growing up, you need all of that. But as an adult, maybe it's just like a learned disability, for lack of a better term. Then in your adult state, you realize, I don't know. So my thing is, I have one solid meal at lunch
every day.
Yeah. And then make sure I also try not to eat after 6.
Okay.
The reason I started intermittent fasting actually was because I was trying to shed weight.
Okay.
Hey, I think it's 2023, beginning of 2023. I was having these like funny headaches and stuff. I decided to check my blood pressure and it was up there. Like it was like, we need to have you on medication up there. And then, both my parents are hypertensive. So I'm thinking family history. And this is a problem of knowledge as well. You start overthinking things. I'm like, hypertension in the young. What's going to happen to me? I step on the scale. And my normal weight is like 75. It's like 75. If I'm stretching, it's like 80.
Yeah.
I was 93 kilos, mate.
Big man.
Yeah, it wasn't even good big. It wasn't like sustained growth. I was 93 kilos. I was like, geez, when did we get here? Again, lack of sleep, not eating right, just stuffing myself with food.
Take out, yeah.
And then I made the intentional choice to say, you know what, I'm gonna go about this the right way. Did my due diligence to do research, did consult with a dietitian. And the best thing for me was just intermittent fasting. It fits within my schedule. I don't have to do anything extra. At the time, I didn't have the time to be like going to the gym and regularly exercising. So eat once a day. Whenever I'm busy, I allow my body to burn its own energy stores, protein and fats. And all I did was just drink water. Because you don't want to make yourself feel hungry as well, right? So I'll stuff myself with water, make my stomach think it's full, eat once a day. I lost weight. A bit too drastic in my case because I pushed myself. I lost 10 kilos in a month, which is unhealthy.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, everyone was looking at me and saying, is everything okay? What's wrong?
Yeah.
You can talk to me. I lost the weight and I kept it. So it's another thing with, because now there's all these like weight loss remedies. There's, your Ozempics, Manjaro, which work, but would have to come with sustaining it. Because you could rapidly lose the weight and then think that you're good to go and then comes back up, right? So everything has its perks, but intermittent fasting, I've been on it for a solid 2 years. My thing, and I'll ask you this question to the 3 times a day eaters. Have you ever had like a heavy meal at lunch? Pap,
bro,
nama, morojo. What happens to you?
Sleepy.
There you go.
So you feel sleepy. And
that's abnormal.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. But the way that it works, right, is that so you eat that heavy meal, that heavy caloric meal.
On top of your breakfast.
On top of the breakfast that you've already had.
And tea.
And the magwinya that you had at 10 o'clock with the crew, right, at work.
Yeah.
What happens then is that your blood supply, because you need blood, right, when you're digesting, you need blood to be there to absorb all those nutrients that you're taking in. So most of your blood goes to your gut and it's with your intestines there trying to receive and absorb all that junk that you just ate. And it moves away from your brain. And that's exactly why you feel drowsy. So now you're like,
itis, yeah?
Yeah. Let me sleep a little bit. And then, but I'm with you on eating less. I'm with you on sustainable forms of weight loss. That's a very important key thing that you said just now, because a lot of people are coming to me now saying, I want to lose weight. I have to lose this much weight by the 6th of December or in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
I've got a wedding, whatever, right? And everyone is looking for a quick fix.
Yeah.
There's something about our generation and just people generally now that want things to come
Instant
quickly,
gratification.
right? And the studies have shown that those people that lose that weight that quickly like that cannot sustain it.
It goes back up.
Yeah, they cannot sustain it. And once they stop that pill or once they get off the table after surgery, they're just going to gain it back, right? Because you're not changing anything in your lifestyle. You're not eating more. You're not exercising anymore. All you're doing is popping a pill, making sure that, okay,
you didn't work hard for it.
You didn't work hard for it. And because you didn't work that hard for it, you're not going to be able to keep it at that. And that's exactly what I'm always telling people, like, go exercise, eat healthy, try to work hard to lose the weight. So the next time you see a burger, you think to yourself, yay, the way that I've worked hard not to eat and to exercise and the way that I suffer every day, if I keep increasing these calories, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, also, we're not saying starve yourself.
No, of course.
You know, you can have a nice cheat meal here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to what you're saying is you've already developed the habits to sustain this.
Of healthy living, and healthy eating.
I'm trying to remember. It's in high school that we had like these people that come for motivation and stuff. Yeah. So I remember this one vivid moment. The guy's like, what do you think is more important? Learning how to make $1 million or having $1 million? All of us, it's high school, brother. Hormones on overdrive. We're like, yeah, run me the $1 million. Right?
And he's like, what to do with it? I need a cash injection of 1 million.
Yeah, I would really need $1 million right now. It could change my life.
Yeah.
And he's like, see, that's the problem. Is a lot of people, and again, this is why we need to change the mindset. Is a lot of people just want the result.
The quick money,
right? You want the product, but you hate the process. Look, it's nice to have a ripped body with 6 packs and stuff, but you don't just wake up and get that. It's going to be days and months and years in the gym, putting in the work. And what he was alluding to is even if you lost that $1 million today, you know exactly what to do to get it back. So even if, God forbid, you went out of track for whatever reason and you gain back the weight, mentally, you've built the capability and the capacity to
fight for it and get it
But
back.
if you just took a couple of pills and you lost the weight, there's nothing at your head that's going to be like, oh, I worked hard for this.
Exactly.
I need to make sure I do the right thing to keep it. Which brings me to, because we've touched on intermittent fasting, right? Which is arguably one of the most famous ones because there's different types.
Ones,
they do have, because I said I do 18 hours and that's just work, but then there's a 16-8 ratio.
Yeah.
16 hours away and then 8 hours of eating. Yeah. Also think about how much time your body has to actually work. Instead of stuffing it every after 4 hours, there's just 8 hours of work. It's the same way you go to work for 8 hours. You're giving your gut just 8 hours to digest this food, and we keep it moving. All right, so you have intermittent fasting, then you have religious fasting.
It's religious fasting.
And then you also have medical fasting. For example, before an operation or for medical reasons, dietary reasons. But obviously we're talking more about intermittent fasting. Or really just not eating as much as you
mostly just like a calorie deficit. Right?
Yeah.
What a calorie deficit means is that you're eating less than you actually do. So, and by that, because it's a very important thing, and this is what I always tell my clients as well, because they'll tell you, oh, I'm intermittent fasting, right? And they're like, okay, what's yours? I'm 16-8, right? 16-8 meaning that they fast for 16 hours and then they eat for 8 hours. But during that 8-hour period, my man's having maguinya and mafresh in the morning. He's going to go and have a pizza. Then he's going to go and buy a plate.
Yeah.
And then you find out
punishing for those 16 hours.
Punishing for those 16 hours that he's not going to be eating, right? And then at the end of the day, you add it all up and he's still having the same calories or sometimes even more calories.
And he's going to complain that he's not losing the weight.
And then he's like, but it's not working for me. Intermittent fasting doesn't work. You're like, of course it doesn't work because you're not in a deficit. You're not using more calories than you're actually eating. So you have to pay attention to that as well. It's not going to just be, oh, I'm doing 8-16 and it should work magic. It doesn't work like magic. You have to actually eat less.
There's also the 5-2, eat 5 days and then skip 2, which is a bit of a stretch.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a 16-8 and the 5-2. These are the famous ones.
The popular ones.
Now, when like patients come to me and ask about weight loss, generally, even with just practice, I never want to speak on things I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why even on the podcast, if you have anything wrong with what I said, you can come ask about me because I know myself. If I don't know, I won't speak on it. If I said something, I can back it up.
He stands on it.
Yeah, stand 10 toes down. So if you, like, don't get it twisted. We can crack jokes, but I can hold my own intellectually, right? And that being said, when patients come in and ask me things, I'll generally tell you I don't know. I think it's one of, more than anything, I would prefer a doctor that was honest enough to tell me they didn't know versus just let's try this. And so when patients come in and discuss weight loss to me, because there's so many factors involved, you have to factor in things like cortisol, which is a stress hormone.
Yeah.
High cortisol equals higher weight, or it makes it harder to lose weight. So you could be doing all the right things, going to the gym, eating right, and then you're not shedding the weight. And we forget you work in a very toxic environment, or you're juggling school, work, family at the same time.
Like high stress as well.
Yeah, there's so many things that get involved into it, right? So when you come in and say you want to lose weight, I'll give you my input on what has worked for me. Because people come in and say, I want to get this. What do you think about this? I'm like, for starters, let's have a discussion with a dietitian. I'm going to tell you about intermittent fasting and how it worked for me. The same way I would prescribe medication, for example. If your knee hurts, I'm going to write you what I wrote for myself because I know it worked wonders for me, and I'm sure it'll do the same for you. I would always recommend that get input from the people that know about...
A professional in the sphere.
There's nothing wrong with asking for help. The few that did do what I suggested, water and eating once a day, shed the weight. And I mean, when they would come back like 2-3 months later, I'm like, wait a minute, you look different. You're like, yeah, no, I lost 3 kilos. I just drank water and I feel better and I feel lighter. And those testimonials help. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody.
Of course.
That's why there's different forms of it. So chat to a dietitian about it. Look it up, what we're talking about. Is there a benefit to eating once a day? What are the benefits? Also, there are some people out there that are struggling to lose weight and wouldn't have known, for example, that stress is going to make it very hard. I mean, your hormones control everything in your body. You're fighting against something that's intrinsic. No matter how much from the outside that you're doing, it's a war against.
Like a war against self.
So stop eating 3 times a day. That's my takeaway from this.
He's really fighting the 3 times a day thing. So I wrote down, we've put down together 10 facts, 10 evidence-based benefits of fasting, right? Number 1, improved insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control.
Fairs, makes sense.
Right. So there was a systematic review done in 2019. And what they said here is that when you fast, right, you reduce your fasting glucose and insulin levels, and you improve insulin sensitivity. This then reduces your risk for type 2 diabetes. Right? Type 2. So
makes sense if you follow the trajectory of things. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're I guess reducing your chances of catching diabetes, which is a good plus. It's deadly disease.
Because I mean, half the time.
Half
the time. So okay, let's do this. I'll do a quick Q&A as a layman. Fair, nice plug. Okay, what is the purpose of insulin, Dr. Michael, in the body?
Insulin is to regulate your blood sugar. So more sugar, insulin, you release a little bit more insulin so that you take it back inside into the cell.
Exactly. So type 2 diabetes is centered around insulin non-sensitivity or reduced sensitivity to insulin. Versus type 1, which is insulin deficiency, where you just don't have it. And that's why, for example, type 1s end up having to inject the insulin themselves.
Into the body,
But with type 2 diabetes, over time, and you know this because this happens with everybody. Even if you're in the gym, you start lifting 5 kilos, and your body gets used to the 5 kilos, and you have to go up to 10 kilos, and then up to 15. But if I lift 5 today, come back after 2 months, there's no way I'm jumping to 10 because I haven't been doing this repeatedly. And it's like a very simple way to put it. Your body over time gets used to the same thing over and over again. Look, now you can't eat pap and meat 30 days straight. Same spices, same everything. It sounds like torture. Like if I told you, okay, you have to eat rice and beef stew for 3 months, same recipe, you'd hate it.
For every meal that you have, that's what you're eating.
you would hate it.
Of course.
So the more sugar you're putting into your body, the more your body has to pump in insulin to regulate this and bring it down.
Right.
Eventually, your body's like, oh, okay, insulin, and it stops losing the sensitivity because it's always there. Right? It's always there. So again, if you follow the path that being explained now, the less you're eating, the less, because we eat a lot of junky, starchy foods.
Right.
You understand? They must be pasta, kana rice, kana paleche, fizzy drinks, takeaway stuff. All this stuff that's high in sugar, meaning more insulin, meaning more risk for type 2 diabetes. And it's just me like trying to break it down on a simple level.
Yeah. So there's that, right? And then obviously the obvious one is that fasting increases visceral fat loss, right?
Yeah.
So there was another meta-analysis done, and this one was
little
in
belly of
2020.
mine.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the more you fast with a calorie deficit, people who are intermittent fasting with a calorie deficit showed a reduction in body weight and fat percentage by 10% at most after 3 to 6 months.
You see what you just said there?
Yeah.
I was waiting for the time frame because I'm watching this and I'm going to run with, as long as I'm in caloric deficit, I'm losing visceral. 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. Yeah, it's
consistency.
It's a long game. It's a very long game.
Worth it in the end, though.
Exactly. At the end, it does work there, right? And then there's improved heart health, right? Fasting can lower your cholesterol and blood pressure and your resting heart rate. This improves your cardiovascular risk, obviously. So there's also another annual review, 2021, that looked at reduced blood pressure and lipids with intermittent fasting, right? So, and this is another thing that I always tell my patients, like with high blood pressure diagnosis, like, hey guys, let's get a bit of exercising. Let's try to lose some of that fat. You know what I'm saying? A good way to monitor is, try to have a flatter belly, try to have a flatter stomach. I know it's hard, but I always just try to get them to lose some weight because I know that that's very beneficial, even for their blood pressure.
More insights into it, right?
Right.
For the day-to-day viewer. So essentially what Dr. Michael is saying, and you've probably heard this before, this comes down to atherosclerosis. Right, the gradual buildup of fat in your blood vessels, forming plaque, which is that hard substance that you have in your teeth. It's not like you can brush it away with you have to go to the dentist and they get that grinder thing to remove it.
Yeah.
So understand that over time, cholesterol is building up in the vessel, making it narrow and narrow and narrow. And a simple way to explain is imagine you're trying to water the garden with a hose pipe. When you clip the edge and make the space smaller, the pressure increases. So a narrow vessel would mean higher pressure.
Increased pressure.
Now with atherosclerosis, it's gradually happening as you go. And that's why hypertension became disease of older age.
Yeah.
Around 40, 50, your vessel's narrowed enough to... But we're having this, I'm going to call it a pandemic actually, where you're seeing hypertension in younger people because of the same thing that you're saying.
Yeah.
You're pumping in so much cholesterol and junk in your body and speeding up how quick
your blood vessels
are becoming narrow and narrow, and just increasing your risk for high blood pressure. Which you would avoid if you didn't eat 3 times a day.
Yeah. Hey, if there's a key takeaway from this podcast today is Dr. Mayamba says you don't need to eat 3 times a day, given you don't have any
medical conditions that are underlying
that need you to.
Because my counter question is, why are you eating 3 times a day? I can tell you why.
What's the reason?
You shouldn't.
Yeah. And
the benefits for it. But even what you're talking about straining the heart, now my heart has to beat harder to get all that blood to my gut to burn down. That delicious plate that I had. Also, fast food is nice. Fast food is delicious. Once in a while, yes, but let it not be the majority of what you're doing.
Let it not be your lifestyle, yeah.
Also, you see how we were talking about the energy drinks. You can get away with doing the wrong things in a safe manner.
Right.
If you're going to have that, because I'll have that plate. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh no, I'll have that plate, right? But I know this is the only thing that I'm eating today. Also, I'm backing it up with exercise and making sure I am in caloric deficit. I'll tell auntie, don't put too much rice. Just reduce it. No, just there, she's scooping. And I'm just watching, I'm like, yeah.
Put more. Hey.
So,
Yeah.
never, again, I would like to wager to say in life, just don't take things for face value. Think, it's not illegal yet. Think about it, consult the relevant people, go see the experts in the field, because things are changing every single day. What I'm saying now, maybe you're watching this video 10 years from now, may not be relevant.
Yeah, at
right?
the time, exactly. So you want to move with the current evidence that we have, which is, by the way, what we do, right, when we're practicing, is that we look at what the relevant evidence is. I think many times in this podcast, you've heard me or Dr. Mayamba saying, look, evidence has shown this. There's an article that says that they studied this many people and then this has shown that, right? That's very important because we're moving with current evidence of things.
Even from a... Because you spoke about also... Because you've spoken about it medically, right? Yeah. For example, pre-surgery is a benefit to not eating.
Of course.
Even religiously, there's benefits.
There's benefits sometimes, yeah.
Insights of growing your spirituality or being closer to God.
Yeah.
Islam has Ramadan. Christians have things like the Daniel fast. And Judaism has Yom Kippur. I could be butchering it.
Right.
But you can see that multiple religious...
It's a big religious practice.
Yeah, all believe in this one thing.
Yeah.
But you feel like, no, I must eat 3 times a day.
Yeah.
I'm proper coming for people today. Yeah. Because, like I said, it's a great economic fallacy to think that you need to eat that many times a day. And the problem is, it comes back down to what you were saying about these things take time. You think you're getting away with it because nothing's happening to you. 5-10 years from now, when you've been consistently doing this,
munching away,
then you come in and say, oh, I'm peeing a lot, I'm sweating, I wake up at night thirsty,
drinking a lot of water,
lots of water, but I'm always thirsty, I'm always hungry. Run the test, oh, you're diabetic, and it's like, but how?
How did we get here?
How did we get here? We don't have this in our family. So again, just look into it, read on it, and do the right thing.
Yeah. The last point, was about mental clarity, right? So what happens is your second source of energy for your brain is ketones, right? Remember in the last episode you talked about
glucose,
sugar, and glucose, right? So your second source of energy is ketones. So, and that gives you longer, I guess, source of energy. Like it lasts longer than the sugar does, and that's why you often notice when you fast, and I experienced this when I was fasting. When you fast, and then let's say you read, or like you're trying to focus on something,
things are clearer, bro.
You have mental clarity, man.
Clarity, crystal clear,
bro. You're looking and you're like, it's eating like
water, see through.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's so good. And I think when I did my 72-hour fast, it was a religious fast as well. So I was like reading my Bible the whole time, and like things were like making sense, man. It's like I was connecting verses that I had read like 2-3 days ago. I'm like, oh, that's why that thing said this and that. So it all comes together, and then you can imagine if you're doing that, and then you're also like studying. Maybe you've got like an exam or whatever. It's something that will bring a lot of benefits to you. So highly encourage not munching away your life. Take some days off from eating. Skip a meal. You know what I'm saying?
Same when you take days away from work.
There's a guy. There's a guy that posted a status on my WhatsApp, and he basically it's a Ugandan doctor describing how you should eat. So he says, right, listen, colleagues. Oh my goodness, he says, you don't need to eat if you don't feel hungry. That's point number 1, right? It's like if you're trying to avoid a lot of diseases in life, you don't need to eat unless you're feeling hungry. Yeah. But even when you eat, he says, leave 1/3 for water in your stomach, right? Like leave 1/3 for water. And then he said, you eat isn't for the other 1/3. And then the other, leave space for breathing, colleagues. Leave space for breathing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, while that may not be the most medically accurate thing to say, right? It's very important
sense.
to pay attention.
Yeah.
Exactly. It makes a lot of sense to the layman.
Leave
It's
space for
important.
breathing.
Exactly. Leave some space to breathe. It's very important to pay attention to something like that. So yeah, let's drink some water. Don't eat if you're not hungry. But again, given that you don't have any medical diagnoses, right? You eat, and when you do eat, don't eat to fill up your stomach. You can
don't
eat
eat to be full.
About 70% should always be good. Leave space for breathing.
Leave space for water. Because think about it this way, right? If you're born as you are, the things that you're putting into your body are the ones that are causing you problems.
Yeah. Right.
And you never know which one it's going to be, because apparently everything's cancerous now. But I would wager the less stuff you're putting into your body, the less risk you have of being sick.
Of suffering from those.
Even when you said the mental clarity, I'm alluding it back to what you were saying about all your blood now coming to the gut.
To your gut, yeah.
There's none in your brain to concentrate. But like, if your gut's empty, all your brain and all your focus is whatever you're doing. If I'm writing, that's all I'm doing. If I'm thinking, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Not the times I'm digesting magunya lisorobe and chili, see?
Bro.
And then I have to fill out these things. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that video, that sent me, bro.
Yeah.
leave space for breathing.
Space for breathing, yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
been
for
a
watching.
pleasure.
Thank you for supporting. Got a nice black shirt today. Next
of
time
course.
next time I wear it, it's gonna have print and stuff for Dr. Mayamba. So let's wait and see what's gonna be there. He's promised me the shirt, so I just want to put it online.
My man had to like put it for the world.
Yeah.
Now I have to.
These videos last forever, so
Yeah.
I have to kind of leave it there. Anyways, thank you so much, guys.
Drink water. Be kind and mind your business.
Stay safe. Shout out.